Greetings and salutations. This is Rick Koppel coming at you from the Not a Linux Guru Guy channel once again. And we're going to be looking at Solus today. S-O-L-U-S. It's a distro that's gaining some popularity lately. I thought I'd take a look at it. I'm actually enjoying it, actually. It's got some nice features to it. So you should check it out yourself if you get a chance. Howdy, how's everybody doing out there in virtual land? Hopefully you avoided the COVID virus and all that kind of stuff. I've had it actually, so yeah. I got through it, made it through in one piece. Still alive and kicking. Big deals, I guess. So anyway, we're going to look at Solus today. And I think I mentioned last time getting Debian installed on my system. And I installed Solus on this laptop over here, my test laptop. And I got it working pretty good. I'll give you a look at that in a minute. But I also wanted to show you the installation process, which is not too different from a Calamaris installer. But it's its own system, its own installer. So they like to be their own thing, I think. Solus is not based on any other Linux distribution. It's its own Linux distribution. And it uses a different package manager than any other one. So had a little bit of learning curve on that, but other than that, it's like standard Linux pretty much. Anyway, we're going to take a look at it and see what you think. Okay, now we're in our screen. Should see that there. We got GNOME box. I tried to install VirtualBox on this Debian, but it wanted me to sign some kernel modules. Looked in how to do that, and I thought, no way, Jose. I'm not going through all that. So I installed GNOME boxes, and it seemed to install without a problem. I don't know if it's a Debian thing or what, but yeah. Or maybe it's a 6.0 thing. I installed 6.0 instead of 6.1. I could have installed, but I didn't install that. So anyway, I got GNOME box installed, and I got Solus 4, and it's I got my memory set for 4 gigabytes and 40.8 gigabyte disk space, which is more than enough install system, which is all we're going to do for this demonstration here. So, whoops, just to create. Okay, now it's booting up into the live distribution of Solus. This is Solus with KDE Plasma as a desktop, which I've been getting into lately, and I kind of like it pretty well. Some things I like about it better than Cinnamon. There's other things about Cinnamon I like better than that. I don't like the Dolphin file manager very well, but that's another issue, I guess. Okay, this is looking like it's coming out of the box. And this is what it looks like. They install this desktop, but you can install lots of desktops. Go to Software Center. I actually had to install this. They have lots of actual desktops here. If you look, you also can add your own images right there, or you get new wallpaper right there. Download, install new wallpapers. So yeah, there's lots of interesting ones here to look at. I personally have been looking at this one on my own on the computer. I installed this out on the computer, family computer, because Solus is supposed to be good for gaming. So that's the desktop version that I got on there, but you can play around with that any other want. That's how you accessing KDE's version. I don't know about Bungie and the others, but that's how you accessing KDE. Now, so we're going to install this on our thing. It seems to work fine with the virtual or GNOME boxes. And this is sort of like Columnar, but it's different, a little bit different here and there. But you can see as it goes down through this thing, it asks all the same questions. So, but it's not automatic. You have to press click English. A lot of them have English already selected. And then it says find my location automatically. It doesn't seem to locate it exactly, but it at least gets it to the right country, I think. Found the US home. So now English US. That's correct. And here the time zone, they don't find it for you. You have to select it yourself. I'm in Denver. Phoenix. I think that's the same thing, but I'm actually closer to Denver than Phoenix. Okay. Now this one, there's no system installer, so just automatically partitions empty disk, install a fresh copy of Solus on it. That's what we want to do. You want to assign your mount points and create your own home directory and all that kind of thing, you can do it by installing there. If you had another system on here already, it would also be able to reduce it down, install alongside our solid partition that's already there. But since this is like a GNOME box, it's zero stuff, so it's alright. But yeah, most people just want to use that. You can set up the LVM, which allows you to resize partitions easier, things like that. I'm not going to worry about that in this entry, but if you like that part functionality, click that box. Okay, now it's going to install bootloader on your hard drive. One thing you need to make sure is actually installing it on your hard drive, wherever you intended it to go. And yeah, so just double check that. And what's the name of this computer on the network be? I'm just gonna probably give you a default. I'm just gonna call this my Solus VB. Solus VB. Okay, now it asks for your username. It's a little bit different. Calamar installer asks a question in different order, that kind of thing, but otherwise the same username. We're gonna call this Linux your guy, and my real name is Rick Hoppelhorst. Password. Use that. Linux your guy. Linux your guy. Apparently I didn't add something correct in here. May want to mirror. Oh, it's almost done. And now I get that. And there is NLGG. Will you use this device? Yes, I will. I'll use it. Thank you very much. Click next. And this, review the options for this. Tells you what it's going to do. It says it's going to establish these settings for your language or region. Going to create a MS-DOS partition table on SDA. That's for the EUI, I think, AUIF bootloader. Then you got a swap partition. It's going to create 1 GB swap partition. It's going to create a 39.78 GB root partition on SDA. We're going to install a system in the home directories and all that kind of stuff. That's good. It's going to create administrative user name couple. Then we're going to do system details. And it's going to call this our Solus VB. Put this install. So then you click install, and away she rolls. Okay, yeah, that's the little data loss. It's going to change, wipe out the whole system. So away we go. Then it starts making changes. It creates partitions, it installs a system on there, and all that good thing. And then when it's done, it'll be ready to reboot into it. So we'll get back with you at the end of this. Alright, we're back and it's ready to restart. That took all of about 4 or 5 minutes to accomplish. Not bad. I mean, it's on VirtualBox, but yeah. It's SSD card, so drive, so that might be part of the reason why it's so fast, but yeah, so we're going to restart now. And it should boot up into that. Alright, and there's our login screen. So we should be able to just put in the password. And voila! And voila! There it goes, voila! There's your install for VirtualBox. You notice you can figure it out the screen all the time it popped up. Pretty easy. Now you can do server security updates. We're not going to do that now, but I'm going to show you a little bit about how to access this and the differences you have. Yeah, now one of the things out of the box is it does have Control-Alt-T brings up the console, which you then customize by editing your profile for that. I'm not going to worry about that now, except I am going to change it just so I can get bigger text in here so you can see it easier. Yeah. So, appearance, choose, just so you know how to do this. So if you want to set it up yourself to be permanent, you know how to do it. 14, okay. And if you want to change the colors, it's using the breeze. You can change any of these you wanted to, but also you can edit it. You can click background. You want to change the color to nice blue. Okay. Apply. And next time you boot up into this, you should have, well, I don't know where the blue color went anyway. It has something to do with it being VirtualBox. What I wanted to show you though was, let's move this over here and we'll Widen this out a little bit, just so you can see things better. Now what I wanted you to see was the package name they had for this is eopgk. That's package manager, eopgk. And although you can use it a lot like apt in Debian, there's a few minor differences here and there. One, when you do an update, all you do is put update. It automatically does upgrade, not update, upgrade. Put an update, it'll just give you an error message. If the upgrade includes the update part, like you do sys apt, sudo apt update, sudo apt upgrade, you do upgrade, it always does the update part first. But we don't want to do that now because we're getting a lot of packages flying in. It'll take a long time for it to process probably. So I'm going to do that now. I'm now going to install. You can just type install like you do in Debian or Linux, or not Linux, but Ubuntu or any of those Debian based systems. And you can, but you also can, there's a lot of shortcuts for this, so you could just put IT in it. So it has a lot of shortcuts. So we look at our help menu. We see that it lists all these different things. You got auto remove like you do in blame. That's different. Information about the package owner and release. There's blame for it. And you see all these little shortcuts I have listed here. AR, all these little shortcuts. There's one certain thing like check and clean, they don't have shortcuts. But the main one, of course, to learn is it for install. IT. List available if you want to search available package repositories. You can also just do search. A little bit down here. Search, you got remove, which is standard, and remove repo. You also add repos through here. There's search for a specific file, search, and see add repo. Add repo is first one up here. AR add repository. So you do that in this. So anyway, yeah, it's a pretty comprehensive package list. It's pretty good. There's differences here and there from what you'll find in Debian or Debian-based systems, but not too difficult otherwise to learn. And it's got a pretty extensive health list, manual page, man page, that kind of thing you can look at. Now what I'm going to do is show you a few things I like to do just to tweak my system. KDE Desktop the way I like it, which I don't like this menu that much. And because in order to go in here, I gotta go click, and I gotta go back. So I gotta click back to all application, go click, and then like cascading style menus. Luckily, KDE has an option for that. You right click on the menu, configure our application launch, show alternates right there. Show alternates. Click on that. Then you can see you have this full screen gnome-like dashboard where it throws the icons all over your screen. Let's see what that looks like. Switch. And you get that. There's those applications. There's favorites over there. Applications. All applications. And it shows them over there on the left as you fall through them. See, it's got this is sort of halfway between a cascading menu and a menu. You see it's got Firefox, Thunderbird installed, multimedia, SM Player, Lisa. I'll install Dragon Player on here by default, but maybe not. In this version anyway. LibreOffice comes out installed out of the box, so you got all that. And there's settings menus. You can go to your bus preferences, printer settings, software center. I want to look at software center. Okay. Yeah, it's got different types of software on here. Plus you can do this search over here for different things. So if you want to know if something's on the system, you can just go here and type in NeoFetch, like I just tried to install. Now it does install normally when you're about, I think in VirtualBox, that's why I had all those errors. Yeah. So then you click on that, click install, and away you go. Bada boom, bada boom, bada bing. But I'm not gonna do that now, of course. So that's Software Center. It's pretty nice. They have a forum and everything, of course, for Solus. You can access as well. Oh, but anyway, we're going back over here. That's that menu. Then show alternatives. And this bottom one is a cascading menu. You have 3 different menu applications here. So switch to that. And I like this because it's simple. And it makes it easy to see what you got on here. Without a lot of moving around your mouse and stuff like that. And I like it better. I may like the other one better. It's all preferences, what your preferences you have. And plus, I like the search function on these because then you can get audio. And that's where you check on your audio, where you switch things around. And all sorts of other functions you can do that. So that's why I want to show you that. That's one tweak I make, is to set the cascade menu. Then I also have, if you want to set it to menu editor, edit the menu itself and add up here to add application, you can add shortcut keys and things like that. Like say you wanted to set, right now if I had menu set, yeah, nothing happens when I hit the Windows key plus W. Okay, so I wanted to set it on Firefox. Open up, go here, go to advanced, click down here in this area, you hit your shortcut key, and bada bing bada boom, it'll happen. So now if I click it, oh, you gotta save it first. Anything you have to save first take effect. You see Firefox is coming up, or was, saw it there. Here it comes. Just a little slow, probably. Especially when you got 4 gigabytes of memory. Yeah, I wonder if HTOP, I can install HTOP on here. So yeah, I put all my shortcut keys that way. It's an easy way to put shortcut keys in here. Close tabs. So you can install shortcut keys that way, or you can also add items to the menus. Like if you had Zoom, say you wanted to add Zoom here to the internet menu. You installed it. Yeah, you have this one. You have to download the file, the compressed file, and you uncompress it. Then extract it out into its own directory. Then I put it in user bin, my home bin section, which I always create. Another little tweak I make. So I put it in my home bin directory, and then I open it up, and there's a Zoom launch icon or file entry in there. You just add that to this. I'll test it out, even though I won't be able to launch it because I don't have Zoom installed on this puppy. We'll just so you have internet. Over here, add new item. Zoom. On advanced. That's what I'm not looking. So Zoom is what you see pop up. It's on the general tab in here. Then you put in a comment, Zoom meeting, whatever there. And here you put a Zoom launcher, the location of it. I'll put it up here in working directory if you want advanced. You set the working directory, or you can look in here to find it. So, yeah, then you install that on there. And then when you click OK, you hit save up here, save it. It'll then appear in your menu. When you go down here and click, it'll show up. I'll just put Zoom Launcher. This isn't actually what it's called, but I think it's Zoom dot launcher or something like that. Anyway, you use the file menu to go to the directory and put it in and work it that way. So then you save this. Even though that's not a functioning thing, it'll show up in the menu. Go to the internet. There it is. And you click and run it if it is active and available, but of course it's not. So we're going to delete this puppy. Click on that. Delete. And save. And it's back to where it was. So you can add it in, you add submenus, new submenus into here. Which I've done for things like scripts I've made. I've added scripts into here. Give them, which I would normally do in here. Just if I was installing it on my main computer, I would anyway. Just because I like to turn the keep touchpad off because it's like you can do that in this in KDE without a script, but I like scripts, so I have a script for it anyway. What I also like to do is to Control T. So another thing I like to do is set up my aliases. I showed that in a previous video, so I won't go through that now, but and have a bash RC. That's where you put them now. You can put them in there like just straight aliases in your bash. When you add it into that though, it's going to look different. It's just going to have this source. It's obviously pulling most of the stuff from another directory in the share profile directory. I think this is so it can share the one profile among all the users easier. So, but here you can add your own personal thing, or if you want to put a file like, then you just type in if you use that, you can use bash-a's, you use underline, you can put whatever file you want in there, as long as you create a file, a similar file in the system with that in there. That's what I tend to make, but a lot of times I use bash alias. Then you've added in your file, and then you add in your special codings, and you can even comment this by putting asterisk, a number sign there, and say this is put in personally this is such. So you can describe what that's for. Bash user. Kind of clear by the name of it, but never know. So that's one thing I do. So then I write that. And I'm back there. And then I create a bash user using nano.bash user, like I named it there. And put in my aliases I have, like I just demonstrated last time. Or you can just put them all straight in bash RC. You see it's not crowded there, so it makes sense just throw them in bash RC in this system. You don't have to worry about seeing all the things there. But if you want to make sure you don't lose them because it updates bash RC for some reason, for some point, then yeah, it'll probably update the profile directory before it updates bash RC in your home directory anyway. So pretty sure it's pretty safe to put your aliases in there if you do, or put whatever you have in there. But I like to put them in separate files just to make sure they don't get erased somehow through a system update of some kind. So that's my little tweak there. One of the things that I've read about Solus is that it's a good gaming system. It's good for games. You can install Steam on it, Lutris, and it's got a lot of games now. One of the odd things, like I think I showed you before, is a Tux Racer. It doesn't have, not Tux Racer, Tux Extreme Racer. Doesn't have that yet in the repositories, which I found strange, but has other tuxes, but not that particular one. I like it overall. Matter of fact, I've installed it, like I said, out in our family, used for our family since I installed it for a gaming system predominantly for the family to work with. See how it does and how they like it. I installed DOSBox on it, moved my DOS programs over there. Kong and Pac-Man and stuff like that. And I installed Steam on it out there, and installed Lutris and Wine, all those kind of things, so I can run games on it. See how it goes. I'll let you know later how it works out for a gaming system. But I'm not a big gamer, so I can't get all the detailed gaming info that some people could, but I'll give you what I know and I'll do what I can. Probably be good for standard gaming, I think. Given I don't have any special graphic cards on there, but I understand that It's good for NVIDIA cards. You can get installations on it through, and I think over on here, let's check that out a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure what you have to do that. Things on here I haven't investigated, like spectacle, I'm not sure what that is. Advanced network configuration hardware drivers. That might be where hardware drivers probably where you access that. New drivers are found for my system. Well, what do you know? Yeah. But I think that's where you'd find your NVIDIA card installed on here or something. Then it would find you use that to install drivers for it. So yeah, it's got a lot of drivers. You can install proprietary drivers for NVIDIA and other types of graphic cards. And you can do a lot of things like that, which is pretty cool actually. And so it's noted, I read it's a pretty good gaming system for games. Not outstanding, but I couldn't install SparkNet Game Over. I tried to out there. Tried to install that. I thought, well, maybe this different one will work better. I did the update, came back and was screen blinking the cursor at me with a big black screen. That's all I had. So I said, well, I guess the update not working on it very well still. So that's why I went and installed Solus on it. It's been working nicely ever since. Having to tweak it a little bit here and there, learn a few things to get around how to install things, but that's a cool thing about the internet is you always go out there and install all those kind of things. So let's go back and have a chat. All right, I'm back. Yeah, froze up there for a minute. Apparently my camera doesn't like sitting here too long with doing nothing. So anyway, yeah, Solus is pretty cool system. I think overall I'm enjoying it. So far it's working. No big issues like Sparky had with repos. And just own kitty, own deal. So it's a good system to check out, and so far I'm gonna see how the gaming goes on it and see when my son gets here whether he likes it for gaming or not. He's a big gamer, I'm not, so I get a personal opinion on it. I'll in a future episode when he arrives later this month for Christmas. But yeah, I like the system, and I think I'm going to keep it on this computer out there as long as it works on everything else. I don't have any problems. Literally everything else we're installed on so far. So the only thing I'm weird is I had to install a flat pack version of Tux Stream Racer because my grandkids like that game. Little penguins shooting around. So until next time, may the Linux Force be with you.